I'm telling you.
What did you say, nigga?
Welcome back, sir. All systems for gaming will be prepared in a few minutes. For now, feel free to grab a cup of coffee and have a good day.
Bliss Killer, what's up, man? Yo. They keep putting me in here with niggas, with people with no mic. We got one. Oh, God, I hate this map.
Ruck up, you're headed to the war zone. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. All stations, we are green to go. Stand by for deployment. Resurgence. Stay alive to keep your squad in the fight. Working LZ, get alright, soldier. Mark a drop point for your squad and go get after it.
What's that? Yo? We're gonna die. I gotta get that meme. We're gonna die. I think everybody went to the same location, man.
Napalm strike ready for delivery.
Reinforcing armor. Release napalm strike on my mark.
Raider inbound at the speed of heat. This is Raider 1-9er. Strike mission completed as tasked.
Eyes on enemy.
Got him.
Waypoint marked. Move.
Squad mates back on station. Good work.
He spanked his ass. So you can see in your mind. PS5 controller. None of that. I don't cheat to win. I need some ammo though. What the fuck I was gonna add? Look at that, boy.
Tossing decoy.
Hostile mover. Be advised, there's an enemy squad gunning for you. Get to the safe zone. You're losing ground. Move it.
I ain't got no ammo. Somebody got ammo crate? Ooh, somebody zipped up here. Somebody got ammo crate? Oh, yeah, damn. Shit. Fuck you shooting.
Coordinates marked.
Nigga laying down in the grass over there, man.
Eyes on. Confirm.
Damn. Ain't mine.
Hostile move. Tagging enemy.
Ready
Get
for
ready. You're redeploying. You have reinforcements inbound. You've got a loadout drop inbound. Your squad mate is redeploying. Well done.
Hey, nah, you cheating.
Classified weapon delivery
No
is imminent.
way. No way. So that means you just sat right there the whole time and watched me land? No, exactly.
I'm good.
Exactly, you cheating. Exactly. Do it. Do it.
Enemy
way.
shooter.
Just sit here and watch that shit. Now look at it. Oh, he's sniping.
Classified weapons are now in the combat
Let's get
zone.
back in it.
Secure ones to gain the upper hand. Tagging waypoint. An enemy has retrieved a classified weapon. Hunt them down and take it for yourself. Your squad mate's back on station. Good work.
You just bitch.
Hostile move.
Right underneath again.
Tagging enemy.
Enemy hunters were taken out. You're in the clear.
They playing that zip line.
You're getting another chance. Weapons free. Head to the safe zone. You have reinforcements inbound.
Inserting additional armor. Tagging waypoint.
Sniper.
Fire sale active. Buy station prices have been reduced.
Fuck!
Resurgence is about to end. Make it count. down to 10. Win this thing. We've got 10 squads active in the field.
Let's get back in.
Go get your revenge.
Sniper.
Fire sales done. Prices are back to normal.
Hey, bruh. These niggas is in the window behind us, fool. Like, oh. Yeah.
Switching mags.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Ready for action.
Stand by for redeployment. Your squad mate is redeploying. Well done. Insurgents is close. No more second chances.
I'm hit. There goes their arm. Changing mag. Using fat grenade. On my last mag. On your feet. Not this time.
Move to the safe zone.
They're on me.
In every fucking corner, bro. I swear to God. Literally, in every corner. Niggas is in every corner in this fucking map. They on both sides. To your right. I'm right here. Get on your ass, boy. Get out of there. Nigga, oh shit, some Spider-Man shit. Run! Run!
I'm hit.
Hey, bro. Run! Hit that buy back, cuz. Hit that buy station. You got 56. Hit the buy station, buy station, hit the buy station. Buy station, buy station. Oh, you good. Come on, dumbass nigga, bro.
Five squads.
Ah, I saw that pieza. Ahí era.
Down AJ. Turn around, stupid.
What up, though?
Yo, champ. What up, though?
Can't call it, can't complain. Just try and get a W right quick.
Take that one, man. Turn around, stupid. I'm gonna have to use that one.
Say that then. Turn around, stupid. Hey, listen. I ain't been on this motherfucker in a couple months, though, right? So, nigga, a little bit rusty. It's all right, though. I'm gonna get it back to it. I promise.
Be that step, nigga. Don't be the fuck nigga to the right. Be that nigga to the left, man.
What you say, cuz?
I said, don't be the fuck nigga to the right. Be that nigga to the left.
Say that then. Hey, that's a good one, too, though.
Nigga
For a
that we
name.
gotta talk about.
Throwing frag.
That's all I say. Put the shooters to the left. Keep the fuck niggas to the right, man. They wipe their ass, man, with that right hand.
Nah, so that mean I got to push with you, no diddy.
Yeah, man, it's all a Diddy, nigga. We want all the smoke. We wanna have some fun, nigga. That's it. Diddy got locked up for having fun, man. Too much fun, man.
Oh, no, he definitely got locked up with something else other than that, though. But, yeah, I got you.
For having too much money. You had $1 billion, nigga.
Oh my God!
Playing like Diddy. Oh my God. Nigga, you'll have every home you want every day of the week, nigga. Doing crazy things.
Dear Jimmy, you
No, for real.
Stop.
Leader. Set a drop
Yes.
point for your
Ah,
squad
give me
soldier.
$1 billion, nigga. I'm gonna be a perverted freak motherfucker, boy. Tell you what.
You going control,
Kim
gang.
Kardashian Monday, Khloe Kardashian Tuesday. Y'all. Can't even get a fucking gun. That, let me pick a rifle.
Ooh, you lucky, boy. I wasn't trying. I picked up a bum-ass gun off the ground. You lucky, boy. Push it to your right. To your right, yeah. Whoever just right there on the top of the floor. You right there.
Let's get
Back
back
on
in.
station. Go get after it.
Hell yeah. Sober, what's up, Toby? Let's get out of here. Where we going?
Yeah, nigga. Are they just sitting on floor, just chilling, waiting for niggas to land there?
dropping ammo.
Black niggas doing. Biggest round this motherfucker.
Ready for
Time
it.
for vengeance.
Bro, what are you doing?
Deployed.
Let's get him the fuck up out of here. Bro, stop this touching shit. This don't need for you to touch it.
Watch the side. Good kill.
I'll fight back,
Marking
bitch.
the rest of that squad on your tac map. Get hunting. Your squad mate's back.
It's a whole. Oh, y'all niggas been gone. Okay. Oh no, y'all still here. It's a whole nother team here.
Jumping up and down, bro.
Yeah, it's a whole nother team here.
AJ.
Oh, man, y'all just squatted on your face like that. It's two teams, gang. Two teams.
Let's get
We're
back
returning
in.
you to the front. Earn this.
This nigga said it's 2 teams.
It is.
You have reinforcements inbound.
2 teams, nigga. We finna have a good time if it's 2 teams.
Bounty targets marked.
Setting waypoint.
Yeah. Stop taking it off the charger. Hook it back on the charger.
Ready for
Back on
it.
station. Go get after it.
Hey, y'all land on me, man. We can all get a loadout, man.
loadout drops on the way.
Reinforcing armor.
Your squad mate is redeploying. Well done.
Oh.
Camera just keeps
Stuck. Yeah, shit. I gotta go fix my settings, bro. Something going on with my settings, bro. It's not snapping like this.
What's going on, YouTube? Today I have a very special video for you guys. We're gonna be diving into all of my updated Warzone settings, from controller to audio to little settings between, that help out with aim assist, help out with recoil on every weapon across the game. This is gonna be a very in-depth breakdown. If I'm moving at too slow of a speed for you, you can always speed up the video, pause when you need to make sure you're copying everything. We're gonna dive into it all. I am not a Warzone professional, but I have been playing Warzone every single day since it came out. I started playing on PS4, where I dropped my first 30 kill games on Verdansk, then transitioning into PC, and then transitioning into Resurgence. If there is any settings, guys, that you find that's new, make sure you drop a like and a sub. It really does get the views pushed out to more people and helps the channel grow. Let's dive into it. Okay, guys, so kicking it off, we do use a controller. You guys know this. I play on a PS5 controller. I recently made the switch from a raised right thumbstick to a regular length. I just wanted to test it my whole entire time playing Call of Duty. Ever since I started competing way back in the day, I've always used a raised right thumbstick, and I honestly wanted to try regular length, and I've been liking it. I feel like my close range shot is much better. I think my SMG shot has leveled up. I think my AR shot is still adjusting to the analog sticks, but I do like how my SMG shot feels. Also, though, I do want to preface that I am using a Marius board in this controller, which does give it less of an input delay. This is what a lot of the professional Warzone and CDL players are making the switch to. A company sent me out a controller, so I've been trying it, and that could be, you know, a difference as well. I don't think it's night and day. I don't think everybody watching this needs to panic and say, like, oh my God, I need to get a Marius board controller now to compete. They're very expensive. I do not think it's night and day. Some of the best CDL players in the world right now do not use one. So I do not think it's something that you need to buy. You don't need to worry about buying this to be good at the game. It's just something that, you know, I got sent out. I wanted to try, and, you know, it is a little bit more responsive, so it's nice. Anyways, we do play on tactical flip, so I do shoot with my top triggers. If you are on a PlayStation controller, no debate, you should be using this. The PlayStation controller, the top bumpers, have pretty much built-in trigger stops. It has a very short range of motion to press it down, which means you're going to be able to aim in and shoot quicker. And then obviously you're going to be using your stuns, grapple hooks, tomahawks, whatever with your bottom triggers. I use a 1.7 right now. 1.6, 1.7, 1.8, that's kind of the standard sensitivities across most of the professional Warzone players. Whenever I'm referencing Warzone pros or professional Call of Duty players, I'm not saying that I am myself. I'm just referencing that because at the end of the day, these people are competing for hundreds of thousands of dollars yearly, and they're going to be using the best settings in the game, right? So if every single pro is using between 1.6 and 1.8, you should probably use between 1.6 and 1.8. You don't have to, but there's a reason why the best in the world are using it. So I do play on a 1.7. This is obviously how you flip your triggers. I'm not going to break down each and every single setting, just the ones that I think are important. We do not have controller vibration on. You definitely do not want this on. It's just going to throw off your shot. You know, it's something that's cool for campaign games, single player games. I get it to kind of, you know, I guess kind of lock you into the game a little bit more. For Call of Duty, a first-person shooter that's competitive, definitely turn this off. For dead zones, this is going to be very important. We have our left stick minimum at 0, which means that it's going to activate movement when I move it a millisecond or a millimeter of a millimeter. I don't know. Is there a word to describe that? But this is going to make you move much quicker. If you put this on 100, for example, and then you move your left analog stick gradually more and more and more, you're not even going to move until you probably get about halfway on the motion of your thumbstick. So this is going to allow you to initiate a walk or a run or a sprint much quicker. This is going to kind of just max that out so you don't really have to push it all the way down to get that full-fledged movement, which means that it's going to activate movement when I move it a millisecond or a millimeter of a millimeter. I don't know. Is there a word to describe that? But this is going to make you move much quicker. If you put this on 100, for example, and then you move your left analog stick gradually more and more and more, you're not even going to move until you probably get about halfway on the motion of your thumbstick. So this is going to allow you to initiate a walk or a run or a sprint much quicker. This is going to kind of just max that out so you don't really have to push it all the way down to get that full-fledged movement. With the right stick min on 2, just so I'm not kind of, just so I have a little bit of help with the control. It's not too sensitive, but it still is sensitive enough where it's going to, you know, initiate whatever I'm trying to do instantly. And then obviously for the triggers, kind of the same idea. I put my right trigger on 13 because I found a lot of times I was accidentally throwing nades and throwing tomahawks. Just because of how sensitive it was. So I turned this up a little bit just to stop that from happening. But you could put this at 3 if you don't have an issue with that. You know, that's fine. And then going to our aiming, for my aim sensitivity multiplier, we have this at 0.9. Walk, cool for campaign games, single player games. I get it to kind of, you know, I guess kind of lock you into the game a little bit more. For Call of Duty, a first-person shooter that's competitive, definitely turn this off. For dead zones, this is going to be very important. We have our left stick minimum at 0, which means that it's going to activate movement when I move it a millisecond or a millimeter of a millimeter. I don't know. Is there a word to describe that? But this is going to make you move much quicker. If you put this on 100, for example, and then you move your left analog stick gradually more and more and more, you're not even going to move until you probably get about halfway on the motion of your thumbstick. So this is going to allow you to initiate a walk or a run or a sprint much quicker. This is going to kind of just max that out so you don't really have to push it all the way down to get that full-fledged movement. With the right stick min on 2, just so I'm not kind of, just so I have a little bit of help with the control. It's not too sensitive, but it still is sensitive enough where it's going to, you know, initiate whatever I'm trying to do instantly. And then obviously for the triggers, kind of the same idea. I put my right trigger on 13 because I found a lot of times I was accidentally throwing nades and throwing tomahawks. Just because of how sensitive it was. So I turned this up a little bit just to stop that from happening. But you could put this at 3 if you don't have an issue with that. You know, that's fine. And then going to our aiming, for my aim sensitivity multiplier, we have this at 0.9, which is just going to be our ADS sensitivity while we're aiming in, you know, at any range with any weapon in the game. Which is going to be, you know, very important. So it's definitely something you want to copy if you're going to be using this sensitivity. Something to note, though, if you use a different sensitivity, right? If you use a much higher sensitivity, then you're gonna have to make this much lower. This is on 0.9 because I'm on 1.7. These are correlated. So if this sensitivity goes up, then this sensitivity needs to come down. Okay, so just something to keep in mind. This is in line with your base sensitivity. A lot of people don't really know that, believe it or not. So just something to keep in mind that you do need to adjust accordingly for what your sensitivity is at. For the aim advanced settings, we are going to be using instant. Some people do use gradual. You could try gradual out. I know a lot of good players that play on gradual, but I would say definitely majority of players play on instant. This is pretty much just going to make it so that ADS sensitivity that we just talked about, while you aim in, it's going to gradually lower to that sensitivity. When you have it on instant, as soon as you press the trigger, that sensitivity is going to kick in instantly. I like that. I don't want the sensitivity kind of gradually coming down as I'm aiming in. I just want that to be instant. And I want it to be consistent, in my mind at least. With the dynamic aim response curve, there are people that play on linear. It is very rare, man. There are a couple players. I did my last settings video, and they're like, Cammy, this guy plays on linear. It's like, yes, there are people that play on linear, but again, majority of pros, I don't even know any CDL pros that play on linear. If you do know a CDL pro, then put it down in the comments. I think there may be a couple Warzone pros that play on linear, but I think most people that play on linear are more, you know, content creators like myself and stuff. Like I said, I'm always going to base my settings off the best people in the world. If half of the people are using linear, half of the people are using dynamic, okay, well, I'm going to figure it out for myself. I have tried linear. You know, I think that it's not a big issue if you do use it, but there's a reason why everybody uses dynamic. So I'll definitely throw that on with the 1.0 response curve. We're not using a custom zoom per zoom. I think the custom zoom sensitivities are fine. I think you're going to kind of stress yourself out a little bit by finding and critiquing each zoom. Just gets a little bit weird. I used to play with this, but I kind of prefer you know, just using this and then having that across the board for all the zooms. Aim assist on, obviously. Aim assist is definitely broken. They did nerf it. You could tell they nerfed it when it initially happened, but it's still very, very strong in comparison to the, you know, the previous COD titles. For the motion sensor function, we have this off, but I've talked about this in all my settings video, that doesn't matter, man. These settings still take place even when this is off, so keep that in mind. For the reason being, I do have this turned off. This is on by default. I do find that my shot is cleaner with it off. Is it in my head? Maybe, but what I do know for sure is that these settings do take effect even when this is off. You can test this for yourself. You can turn this on and then go into the firing range and then try to turn left and right. You will see that your shit is absolutely messed up, which means that, you know, having this off doesn't mean really anything. So just keep that in mind, that these settings still do matter when you do have it off. You don't need to touch any of these. I would tell you to take this off. You don't need to. There are a lot of players that play with it on. On to movement, tactical sprint assist. 0 kind of ties into our dead zone earlier. It's just going to initiate that sprint instantly. It's gonna be less time in, you know, what the initiation of going into attack sprint. You obviously want as least time as possible to have your movement as snappy as possible. So definitely have this on 0. You can kind of just copy his settings. There's not too many of these I want to talk about. Mantle assist is pretty obvious. I don't want to accidentally mantle on things. When I mantle on something, I want to initiate it. I don't want the game to try to assume what I'm doing, because that's when, you know, you get some weird mantles. And I feel like either way, it happens sometimes. So even having this off doesn't completely solve it, in my opinion. The corner slice, definitely have this off. No doubt about it. The corner slice is the Rainbow Six CG kind of peak around the wall. On your screen, it looks like your head glitching, you know, the edge of a wall. On their screen, you're just standing there. This animation only applies from your POV. You guys are probably, a couple of you guys watching are like, yeah, you're right. I've never actually seen anybody peek around a wall like that, with the exception of maybe somebody mounting. But yeah, so the corner slice does not work. It's kind of just a complete cap setting. Definitely turn that off. Wall assist, jump assist, put that off for sure. Hybrid, this is the golden standard for movement. This is without a doubt the best movement you could use. If you use tap to slide, your sliding is going to have a delay. You probably aren't feeling it right now because you've been using it for so long if you do use it, but it does have a delay. Your movement is going to be cooked. I'm telling you right now. You don't need to play on hybrid, but if you're not going to play on hybrid, then you have to play on slide only, and then you can't dolphin dive. And dolphin diving is very important for initiating quick parachutes, rooftop to rooftop. And yeah, dolphin diving is quite important in my opinion. So definitely want to play in hybrid. You're just gonna have to get used to it. You're gonna have to suffer like I did. I got used to it towards the end of Vondel, and it took me a good 3 weeks, man. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of times accidentally dolphin diving, but yeah, just got to get used to it. It's annoying, but it's worth it, promise. All of this, kind of irrelevant. I mean, definitely important, but not really anything I want to touch on. This is very important, man. A lot of people watch this right now. Let me know in the comments down below if you have this setting on always. What this is going to do, if you have it on always, any height where you would take damage, your soldier is going to initiate a combat roll, right? The rolling animation. So even if you weren't going to die, right? If you fall down and take 10% health damage, it's going to initiate a roll. Now, if you have it on partial, it's only going to initiate the roll where you would have died if it didn't. Does that make sense? So the partial is definitely what you want on. It's only gonna roll when you need to, and if you didn't roll in that situation, if you had it off, then you would have died. So you definitely want it on partial, not always. Always, you know, you're gonna be rolling every time you drop off of anything, you know, and have your gun down. So definitely don't want that on. All of this isn't too important. Single tap run, I do find makes the movement a little bit smoother. Could be in my head. I don't know. I've had a couple people reach out before. I think Zyro told me to put this on single tap run, I believe. He kind of felt the same way, if I do remember, that it kind of made the movement a little bit smoother. So something to just put on. You know, I don't know if it really does anything, but just one of those things that you might as well throw it on because maybe we're tripping, maybe we're not. Just the vehicle controls for combat. All this is kind of personal preference, to be honest, outside of, most of that is kind of personal preference, to be honest. All of this is more so personal preference as well. Definitely have these off though, because, you know, if you have these off, then you're going to continue that reload. I don't even know why. There's so many settings. I've gone on this rant on my stream multiple times. There are so many settings that that there shouldn't be another option. Like, it should just be default. You know what I mean? We have so many settings in Call of Duty now that just confuses everybody. Like, even me, I get confused sometimes, bro. I mean, this is just like a perfect example of like, why would we ever want this on? Why would we ever want this thing? There are so many settings like that we've already gone over. It's like, this shouldn't even be in the game. There should only be one option. But anyways, Akimbo's paired. That's a nice little thing. If you're using Akimbos, you only have to tap one trigger. It's going to match the ammo on both guns, and you're never going to have an unequal amount of ammo in one of the guns, which is nice. And yeah, I don't think this really matters. Let's go on to our graphics settings. I do play on full screen borderless. You should play on full screen exclusive. If you're on PC, play on exclusive. The only reason I play on borderless is because at the end of the day, I'm not a professional Warzone player. I'm an entertainer first. And being able to pull up stuff, you know, pull up tabs, pull up Google in the stream, you know, search up funny stuff. You know, when I'm live on Twitch, I do pull up the Twitch follows on the screen and shout the follows every day while I'm live. And I can't do that if I'm playing on full screen exclusive. I have to tab it every time, right? So it's just more practical from a streamer point of view, but exclusive is going to be more smooth. No doubt about it, for sure. I'm not going to dive into really any of these settings. You could slow down the video if you would like. All I would say is this stuff is very dialed in, and I definitely would copy these for sure. Now, when it comes to quality, this is going to depend on your PC, but these settings are pretty much all dialed for frames, and that's it. I have most 90% of these settings is just to give me the max amount of frames per second, make my game smooth as possible. Am I going to sacrifice how good the game looks? But honestly, you know, I'm in 1440p. The game looks pretty damn good. So even if you have lower settings on, this is going to be pretty important if you're on PC. I don't think you have to worry about this if you're on console. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. But you want this on balanced. And
Again. She already ate. I hope you ain't feed her again. Hey, Cam. Not gonna hurt you to ask sometimes if you don't know something, bro. Right, not gonna hurt you to ask. Saying that. Yeah, last night. Yes, sir. Who? I don't know. Who at your door? Who at your door? That I know. What daughter?
What daughter?
Yeah, which one? I got 2 daughters.
I don't know then. I can't tell you which one. You don't know I can't.
Let me speak to them. What they at your door for?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Let me speak to them.
Why you want to speak to him?
Yeah.
No, she hear you.
Who this? KK. I understand that. I'm trying to figure out which daughter it is, Granddad. I'm asking her. That's why I'm talking to her, not you. You said, as I said, which one is this? Who is this? KK and Kaya both don't live here no more. Yeah, they both left. They left together. Well, one left before the other one, but they both left together. So why she go to? Right. That's what's been going on. I hear you loud and clear. She definitely said that.